Yeah, we got to get my guy in. He's currently assistant coach with the Philadelphia 76ers. They are on the road taking on the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow. He's a scratch golfer. I think he got to be scratched by now, all the work he puts in. Sacramento Kings legend Bobby Jackson joining the drive, guys. B-Jax, what's up, baby?
What's going on, Drake, man? How you doing?
I'm okay. I had my golf lesson with your boy Tom earlier today. You know how it is, B-Jax. It's a work in progress, bro. I'm still working at it.
Well, at least you get to touch your golf clubs. I haven't touched my golf clubs since I got to Philadelphia. That scratch golfer, that 3-4 is probably like a 10-12 now.
Ooh, I might be able to get you now then, you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
hey man, I was texting with you and I thought, you know what, it'd be great to have Bobby Jackson on with us right now because we were talking about Malik Monk and just what he's been able to do as sixth man this year for the Kings.
Breaking Bobby's record.
Yeah, he broke your record for most assists as a reserve. Just give me your thoughts on Malik and that record now being his and not yours, my man.
Man, I think records are made to be broken, right? I think what Malik has done in the 2 years in Sacramento that it took me 5 to do, right? It tells you what type of tremendous basketball player he is. And I didn't pass the ball, to be honest, quite frankly, honest with you, right? Malik is a way much better passer, playmaker than me. I was trying to go get mine. So, it's good, just to be remembered and to be in the same conversation as Malik because he's one of the all-time great reserves, and hopefully he wins that Sixth Man of the Year award.
Bobby, this is Whitey. It's great to have you on. We appreciate it. I want to ask you about a couple things. Malik last night said that he told you he was going to break your record. And then De'Aaron said something that you just said. De'Aaron said the record's not that big a deal because B-Jax wasn't looking to share the ball anyway. So what well, you already told us about one of those.
Everybody knew that. Everybody. Passing wasn't my strong suit, right? And it just says a lot about Malik's game. He's averaging 16, 17, maybe 16 points a game.
Yeah, he's right around 16. Yep.
Yep, and then he's averaging 5.5, almost 5.5, 6 assists. So, man, listen, I barely pass, and I think, his skill level has shown, his athleticism has shown that, the type of player that he's capable of being, right? And I think he is one of the ignitions and one of the key components while Sacramento is playing well. And so I wish him nothing but love and nothing but success. He texted me last night talking junk, and that's just our relationship that we have, right? It's just friendly. And again, I was like, man, I'm happy for you, bro. You're right. I think, the world of him. I think he's an amazing person, but he's an unbelievable basketball player and teammate as well.
Bobby Jackson joining us right now, Kings legend, assistant coach with the Sixers. B-Jax, one thing I said about Malik and his role, it goes deeper than what we see on the floor. Like, I would like him to be a part of this city for years to come. You're a fan favorite. You lived through it as well. When you play for the Sacramento Kings and have the success that you had, what kind of connection did you feel with the city, and what's it like to this day when you come back here to Sacramento?
Man, it's different, right? I think, my connection to the city, I think the number one thing that we had success, right? And I think that was one of the things that kind of played off on, us, me being able to stay in soccer for a long time, but also, right, being able to work for the Kings for a long time. And I think Malik has that bright spot in his future, right? And I know he wants to be a King for the rest of his career, right? And I think, he's deserved that. His game speaks for itself, right? And hopefully something gets done where he's there for a while because he's a staple, right? Just on the team, but in the community, right? I've been in Sac since 2000. I do a lot of giving back to the community, right? And so for me, that was something that I knew I wanted to do once I kind of made Sac my home.
Bobby, I want to ask you about the mentality of the sixth man. And I've mentioned this to Malik. In some ways, he's reminded me of you because when you played, it seemed as if you understood and accepted and excelled in your role, but it's almost as if you were showing everybody, I'm good enough to be a starter. To me, you played with that edge, and it helped you. Malik, to me, plays the same kind of way. Tell us about what kind of mentality you have to have when you're coming off the bench, and your job is really to inject energy into your team.
Yeah, I think we all, as basketball players, we want to be starters, right? And I think playing with that edge allowed me to be successful, but also is allowing him to be successful. When he comes in a game, you can tell the momentum of the game changes, right? The scoring goes up, the pace picks up, right? The passing, the athleticism picks up, right? So, I think me being 6 feet, right, I kind of revolutionized. I changed the game and made small guards a little bit relevant coming off the bench. But again, I know Malik wants to be a starter, but in this role, this allows him to be the spotlight, and everything focused on him with that second unit. And he's relishing in it, he's thriving in it, and they are playing through him with that second unit.
Bobby Jackson joining us here to Drive Guys, Sactown Sports 1140. Bobby, obviously you were here as an assistant coach of the Stockton Kings as well. You saw De'Aaron Fox come up, from a young kid out of Kentucky to an all-star last season, one of the top guards in the league. Just talk about his development, man, and we're going to see you guys coming up in a few weeks here in Sacramento. Just his development over the last, 5, 6, 7 years of his career.
Oh man, the young D Fox came in, his eyes bright, right? Didn't know a lot about the game, had a lot of athleticism and speed, right? You can tell how he's developed his game over the last 5, 6 years, and there's a reason why he's averaging 25, 26 points a game because of his love and dedication to the game. And I'm happy for him because he's an amazing young man, right? Great husband, great father, right? And an amazing teammate, So I think with him, watching him develop and, become an all-star, which him or Sabonis should have been all-stars this year, which was crazy. But, right, I think he's, taking a leap and a step of his own to try to, make a name for himself, but also continue to be one of the top guards in this league to put this team over the top.
Bobby, another similarity between you and Malik, in my view, is that both of you seem to be authentic. I mean, we're going to know what you're actually thinking and feeling because you share that with us. That's one of the things that made you a favorite as a broadcaster. But now, as you're a coach here, what have you enjoyed the most about leaving the broadcast booth and getting into coaching?
Well, I think the love for the game, right? Watching film nonstop, helping the guys develop on the floor, helping the guys see that success when they put the work in. But it's just the overall maturation of loving the game, right? And just the competitive edge and the competitive spirit that you see every single night. You can't get away from it. And there's nothing like playing, but it's the closest thing to it, right? When you see the guys, win games, when you see they get the career highs, when you see the bumping and the grinding and the competitive drive, the hard screens, right, and the support that they have for each other. So, the coaching side is a lot different than the playing side, but, it's just as fun and just as entertaining.
Bobby Drapes here. My last question. One thing I like about, watching Doug here is A, how you guys work with the players, but B, the fraternity you have with players from your era that are on the other benches, as you go from city to city. You go to Milwaukee tomorrow, you guys play the Bucks. What's that like? You used to be rivals, you used to do battle, but now it's all love as assistant coaches.
Yeah, it's always going to be love as assistant coaches because we battled for so many years. Now, it doesn't mean we don't want to kick their butt when we come up against them, but it's just the joy of the game. When I come to SAC, guess what? Me and Doug going to be talking smack to each other. It's what we do, right? And people be like, "Are you guys playing?" No, we talk smack to each other like we hate each other. But I think just being open and candid and holding guys accountable and communicating to them at a high level, right? Especially as players and now coaches, they know that we've been through that battle, and we've been through the wars that we can kind of relate to. So it kind of works hand in hand and gives us the opportunity to kind of live through the players.
Our guy, Sacramento Kings legend Bobby Jackson, former Sixth Man of the Year, talking about another Sixth Man of the Year, and our guy Malik Monk is going to happen this year. B-Jax, thanks for jumping on with the drive, guys, man.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, holla at you. Man, that's great stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
That was tremendous. Coming up,